The first one, we're all paying attention, right? Okay. So in an Alberta school, there are 65 grade 12 students. So this is important. What I like to do personally is if the Venn diagram's sitting there, I'll put a 65 outside of it as like my double check when I'm done to just make sure that everything adds up to 65. Two circle Venn diagrams, we've talked about this before. When they're filled in completely, 4 numbers are filled in, right? The 3 inside the snowman and the 1 on the outside. Okay? So every 2 circle Venn diagram, when filled in correctly, should have 4 numbers. We agree. All right. Of these students, 23 play volleyball. Does it say volleyball only or volleyball? Volleyball. So they could play other things, but they for sure play volleyball. We agree? Okay. And then 26 play basketball. It doesn't say basketball only. And we're going to read thoroughly because people do really well on this unit if they read. I know it's crazy. So basketball only would mean I wouldn't subtract. It would just go in that space, right? The basketball only space, that crescent moon. But basketball has to fill the whole circle. Okay? And then there are 31 who did not play either sport. So I'm going to go 31 down here. 31 did neither. Before I can fill in the rest of the Venn diagram, I always need that middle overlap. We agree? So I told you this is like the one where they put tickets in, right? So they go and they put in 23 volleyball tickets, 26 basketball tickets, 31 neither tickets. So in total, that adds up to 37900. 2, 4, 6, 80. Wow. I just realized that that did not add up. 2, 4, 7, 8, 10. You guys can pray for me. It's totally fine. Just throw a prayer up in your heads. Help the sister out. You know what I mean? All right. Should have just done this. 8. That would have been a lot easier. Like real math. Just adding. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we have 80 tickets. So did some people put in 2? How many kids are in this group? 65. I have 80 tickets. Did some put in 2? Yes. Yes. So we're going to try math again because my math was not mathing before. 80 minus 65. Put a 7. Carry it. 5, 1. That was way better than my 100 when it was an 80. I was like 20 off. Like I wasn't like a couple. Like I was a substantial amount off. Like a quarter off. Okay. If we count the 100 a fifth off, if we count the 80 a quarter off, I was off by a lot. I'm okay. All right. So in the middle, we put 15. How many are in volleyball only? 8. How many are in basketball only? 11. Boom. Now, we double check before we answer anything. We go 11 plus 15 plus 8 plus 31, right? And we make sure we get 65. And if we do, we're happy. If we don't, we probably forgot to subtract. Okay. So, how many play volleyball only? 8. Basketball only? 11. Both basketball and volleyball? 15. What if I said basketball or volleyball? What will we add up? All the snowmen. Or I could go 65 minus 31, right? I get 34. Perfect. Let's talk about this one. We have the universal set. So in this box, we need to have 2, 3, 4, 6, all those numbers, correct? We have 2 circles. We have A, we have B. So we draw a circle, draw another circle. We have an A, we have a B. So before we start, we need to actually figure out the overlap, correct? The ands. So 6 is in both. And I'm going to put a dot behind it. Because remember, if it's an actual element, we put dots behind the numbers to show that we actually have the elements in there, correct? If it's 6 objects, we just put a 6, right? So the number 6 has a dot. And then 8, 9, 10, 12 is in both. So 6, 12. Then in A only, I have 3, 9, 15. In B only, I have 2, 4, 8, 10, 14. Then on the outside, I have 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14. Do I have anything on the outside? No, it looks like they're all covered, hey? Unless I missed one, or 10, 20 like last time. All right. So determine the number of elements in, and we need set notation. So the number of elements in A. How many are in A? Plus gives me, I'm glad we got there, yes. 3 plus 2 gives me 5. Because we need to have the A and the other A, correct? So all of the elements in A. If it said A only, that would be the crescent moon, which would be A and not B, right? Okay. This one, A but not. But not is just and, so it's going to be A but not B. Remember when we have that and symbol and a not, that's a crescent moon, correct? So we're looking for the A crescent moon. How many are in the A crescent moon? 3. So we need the number of elements in this, which is 3. Then we want the number of elements in B. That's not B only, that's all of the B circle. So go to the B circle and count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the outside, 6, 7 on the inside, right? So we have 7. Set B, number of elements in set B, but not A. Remember when we have that and symbol, it's a crescent moon, correct? Which crescent moon are we keeping? The B crescent moon, because we're not keeping the A, correct? So we go to the B crescent moon, and there are 2, 4, 8, 10, and 14, correct? So 5. Then this one is set, the number of elements in set A and B. How many are in A and B? What shape is A and B? The eyeball. How many are in the eyeball? 2, 6, and 12. Then this one is set A or set B. So the number of elements in set A or B. What shape is union or? What shape is that on a Venn diagram? The snowman. They're actually all located in the snowman. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the number of elements in not A. So I cover up A with my hands. Ooh, I just erased with my hands. Look at me. Magic. I'm like Harry Potter. You can call me Lepp Potter. He's like, why is I'm erasing everything? Didn't erase what I wanted to. I don't remember what numbers were here anymore. 3?
3 and 9.
3, 9, 15? Okay. So I'm going to Lepp Potter. You're welcome. Crystal Potter sounds better. I'm going to go with that. That's my first name.
So you know the first name.
Yes. People think Crystal's unique. Everywhere I went in my life, Crystal was like, oh, what's not unique right now?
John.
John isn't unique. My dad's John.
I'm sorry.
Jason was of my time. There's so many Jasons. Your dad's Jason, isn't he? And his friend is Jason. My daughter's hockey team had 3 Jason coaches. There was Jason Shortbeard, Jason Longbeard, Jason No Beard. That's how they told their friend. And then Landon.
What's wrong with that?
That's the 4 coaches. Okay. Sorry, we got sidetracked. Once again, I apologize. That's going to continue to happen. I can't help myself. Okay. We're going to cover up A. How many are not in A? 5. Through that, sister. Okay, so we're going to put equals 5. Okay. Turn you the page. Poof. See? Crystal Potter, you're welcome. I'm going to start writing a book. I'm not. I don't like English. Okay. So, here we have, there are 38 students, so we're going to have 38 outside of this box. In a grade 12 class, the number of students in the drama club and the band are illustrated in the Venn diagram. Use the diagram to answer the following questions. What do we still have to check for in this Venn diagram? The total, the number on the outside, correct? They filled in 3 spots, but they didn't fill in the 4th. So let's add them up. 11 and 8, 19 plus 6, 25. How many are on the outside? 13. So always remember, when you're done filling in a Venn diagram, there should be 4 numbers. 2 circle beds should have 4. 3 circle beds should have not 4. Okay? So, how many students are in both the drama club and the band? And it says proper set notation. So drama and band. How many are there? 8. People didn't read this. So much lack of reading. So little time. Right? Okay, the next one says, how many students are in the drama club but not band? So the number of students in drama but not, so and not band. So it's the crescent moon, the D crescent moon, correct? So if we go to the D crescent moon, how many are in it? 11. Then here it says, how many are in the band but not the drama club? So number in band but not drama. So once again, crescent moon, but this time it's the B crescent moon. How many are sitting in there? 6. How many students are in drama? 19, because it doesn't say drama only, correct? It doesn't say drama but not band, which the other ones did. How many are in band? 14. 8 plus 6. You see how I don't have any work sitting in that Venn diagram, right? It's all just numbers. 4 numbers, that's all you can have, and titles. You can't have math in there. You can't have like 8 plus 6, 5 plus 2, you can't have any of that. How many students are in at least one of the drama club or band? I won't make you write this out in set notation. In least one of the drama club or band. At least one. Does it mean only one?
No.
So we can do 11 and 6 are in at least one. 8 would also be in at least one. They're actually in 2. So it'll be 25. So now that you know it's those 3 numbers, it's a lot easier to write this out. What is this going to be? A union B, it's the snowman. Oh yeah, we're not using, that's a D. I don't know what you're talking about. The whole time that has been a D. Just got to cross it to remind you of Jesus. You're welcome. All right. How many students are in neither? So I want outside the snowman, correct? So we are going to write that as, how do we write outside the snowman? The snowman is D union B, correct? Or B union D, same thing.
Just the back and out.
You got it, sir. What do we get? Very
R
good.
U T T.
Yes. Very good. You rock. All right. Here we have Anna surveyed 45 students about their favorite sports. So we're going to draw ourselves a Venn diagram. We have 45 out here to help ourselves. We have one circle. We have another circle. Now it says hockey, soccer. Does it say hockey stands H and soccer stands for S? Does it say any of that? No. So you either have to go, let S represent soccer, let H represent hockey, which takes quite a while. Or you can just write hockey, soccer. For those of you who just wrote H and S without any let statements, you are wrong. It will go poorly for you on the test. Write the word out. Okay, did I give you the and? Did I give you the and? It sounds like someone's showering up there, but really that's just when our furnace is running. That's when the heat's, but it sounds like someone's legitimately showering on the roof. They're not. It's quite cold. They'd be frozen. Okay. Hockey, soccer, neither. I did not give you and, but I did give you hockey, soccer, neither, and total. Correct? You need those things in order to find the and. So if I count up the hockey tickets, that's 20 tickets. Then the people who put in tickets for soccer, that's 14 tickets. And then 16 people put in tickets for neither. So that's 50 tickets. We agree? If we were counting tickets put in. But how many people did I survey? 45. I'm Anna, I guess. I don't know why I said I surveyed them. My name is now Anna. Anna Potter. You're welcome. All right. So 45 students out of 50 tickets. So how many doubled up? 5. So we go 50 minus 45, and we get 5. So we have 5 in the middle. In the hockey circle, I need to have 20. I currently already have 5. So I'm going to have 15 but in hockey only. Soccer, I already have 5, so I'm going to have 9 in soccer only, 16 on the outside. And if I add that up, I get 20, 29, 39, 45. I did well. Okay, I got all the numbers. All right. Determine how many, this doesn't ask us to actually, oh, it says use notation. She recorded her results, use notation. I didn't use notation, I just wrote hockey and soccer. They're just saying let statements if you want to use H or S. Okay? So here, determine how many students like hockey and soccer. How many? 5. Determine how many students liked only hockey or only soccer. Because we did what? 15 plus 9, which equals 24. We want to show our work if we're doing some math, okay? Draw and label a Venn diagram, show data. Voila. Okay, so we're going to have some questions. You guys can grab your workbook. The blue workbook from the back. Okay, so for 2 circle, we have to have 4 spaces filled in, correct? Right. The 3 in the snowman and the 1 on the outside. For 3 circles, we have to have 8. That's the 8 spaces. Okay? So still we have ands. So if I want between P and D, it would be this eyeball, correct? And I would add them up. If I want between P and C, it would be this eyeball. D and C, it would be that eyeball, correct? So the eyeballs don't change. The only thing that does change, though, is if I want all 3, it's this last little symbol. It's the symbol in here. So this is the only added symbol we add to it. That's all 3. If I want between P or C, it's still the P or C snowman, right? So if I wanted P or C, that would be this snowman, the whole entire snowman. Do you see how I still draw the snowman? He has arms. You can have some boots if you'd like him to. You have some things, some eyes. No. Carrot nose, mouth. Still a snowman. We agree? So those shapes don't change. If I ask for something or something, you count all the numbers in the snowman. We agree? Full snowman, including his stomach, or else he's a pile of snow. All right, I'll get my drawings to go away, even though it's so cute. Such a cute little snowman. Okay. So here we have the Venn diagram displays the results of 100 students. So I'm going to put 100 out here to help me out because I like putting my total. In a high school regarding movies they watched in the last 2 weeks, P is perfect rebel, C is chill, D is dazed. Okay? And they tell you what they represent. So we can use the letters in the Venn diagram, correct? Because it says what they represent. All right. Now here it says, how many students watched only perfect rebel? So the catch here is only perfect rebel means it can't have any overlap with any other things, correct? So can everyone write down what you think the number would be, quickly? Only perfect rebel. It is one number. No additions to numbers. So, only perfect rebel, what number do you think it would be? 3. It's these ones out here. Exactly. Now here it says, how many students watched Perfect Rebel? Go. Tell me what Perfect Rebel would be. So if they watched Perfect Rebel at all, you count them. Yeah. What did you do?
3, 1, 1, 6.
3, 1, 1, and 6. So all of the numbers in here, which is 11. Yeah. C says, how many watched Chill and Dazed? Go. Give me a number. Write it down when you think you got it. Chill and Dazed.
8.
Yep. What did you do?
I added 6 plus 2.
You added 6 plus 2 because and is what shape?
Eyeball.
Eyeball. And that's the 6 and that's the C and D eyeball. Correct? So it's 8. So the eyeball and the snowman are way more helpful when you hit a three-circle bend because you still have those shapes, right? And as an eyeball or as a snowman. Okay. Chilled or dazed? Chill or dazed snowman. So the whole snowman. So I do 68 plus 2, which is 70, plus 17 is 87, 88, 89, plus 6 is 95. Right? So you remember our shapes, it is actually easier. I know it sounds stupid, eyeball and snowman, but it will help. Okay, how many students watched all three? 6. That middle number. Right? All three is the overlapped piece, which is that all three spot that I showed you. Okay? What does the 2 outside the circles represent? Heidi?
It represents who didn't watch any of those movies.
Yeah. So it represents the number of people.
Who need to be on Netflix more often.
Number of people who did not watch. Did not watch. Chill. Dazed. And this is where people get this wrong because they'll put and. It's not the number of people who watch chilled, dazed, and. It's the number of people who did not watch chilled, dazed, or perfect rebel. Because and would be just those 3 numbers in the middle, right? Or that 3 people in the middle. 6 people in the middle. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, what does the number 2 inside mean? What does this 2 mean? It's inside the eyeball. Yeah.
So people who watch chilled and dazed,
But not.
but not.
Exactly. So it's people who watch. Chill, dazed, and dazed, but not perfect rebel. So we have to make sure that we say, but not perfect rebel, correct? Or it's the whole chilled and dazed, which is not true. That whole eyeball. Okay. Flip over. I want you to try and shade these 4. I would use pencil. So we need A and B, which is the eyeball, correct? So we shade the A and B eyeball. Okay. A or B. Or is what? Snowman. So we go to A or B, we circle the snowman. And we shade the snowman. Okay. This one is A and not B. Still a crescent moon. So I want A. If watch yourself, I want all of A. But what? Not B. So I'm like, actually, I can't have you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. And then I go like this. Okay? And we want A and not B and not C, which you can say but not if it makes it easier for you because and but, same thing. So A, but not B and not C. So I look at my A circle. And then I pick all the ones that aren't in B and C. So I want just A only, technically. Okay. So technically that's a fancy way of saying A only, correct? All right. We're going to skip this one for right now. We'll come back to it. It's a little more confusing than the other ones. So we're going to go to example 1. Okay. Now the way we do these is we still have to start off in the smallest areas and work our way to the biggest areas. The only thing that we can fill in immediately is if it's like something only. So if I like had a phone only, I could go to that phone only spot and put the number in at any point in time, correct? So when it's something only, you could fill that in immediately because it takes up 1 space, correct? Other than that, you have to always go in the order of smallest area spaces. So we have to do the all three first. Then we would have to do the eyeballs next. These are the ands. I don't know what I was going to try and write there. And then we have to do the singles. And then the biggest shape out of all the shapes is the or. And that's the way we have to work, because the all three affects the and affects the singles affect the ors. Because anyone that's in all three is still in math and band, right? They happen to be in all three, but they still count. So you have to start from the middle and work your way out every single time, okay? So let's read this actual question. So the question says, Rachel surveyed grade 12 students about how they communicated with friends over the previous week. Now they can give you the total number, or they don't have to give you the total number if they give you every other number, or they don't have to give you the total number if they say, like some people want to put numbers on the outside, but sometimes there's not numbers on the outside of the three circles because they'll say everyone surveyed either was in math, band, or French, right? So then there wouldn't be anyone on the outside. So they sometimes will say that. Everyone did at least one of the following. Okay, let's read the rest of the question. So it says 66 called on his cell phone. So I know cell phone is one of them. So I'm going to call this a cell phone, the cell phone circle. 76 texted. So in this circle, I'm going to have 76. So I can't just go put 76 here, because I need to find out the people who did all the other things that still texted, correct? So I can't go put that. I have to get to the alls, the ands, and then I can get to the singles. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 76 texted. 34 used a social networking site. Social.
What even is social networking?
Oh my goodness.
Should
Social.
have figured that out.
All right.
Use Instagram.
Oh yeah. So let's keep going. So we have that all listed. We can't touch any of those three until we've done the all three and the ands, correct? Because those are all singles. Are they all not singles? They're just networking, social networking site. But it's that whole circle. So we can't do that until we've done the alls and the ands. Okay? So we have 56 called on a cell phone and texted. 18 cell phone and social networking site. 19 texted and social networking site, which I can't touch those until I fill in the all, right? I have to fill in the all, then the ands, then the singles, then the ors. I have to go from smallest shape to largest shape because I have to start in the alls because they're going to affect the ands, and the ands are going to affect the circles, and the circles are going to affect the snowman, right? So you have to start in the all three. So 12% used all three, so I'm going to put a 12 in here. Now the catch about this is the 12% that used all three. That means 12% cell phone is used up already. 12% social networking site, used up already. 12% texted, used up already. We agree? Because it's in all three, but it still is in the singles as well. All right, we have to go to the ands. It says 19% texted and used a social networking site. So texted and used a social networking site. That is this eyeball. Do we agree? How many are already in the eyeball? 12. And I'm allowed to have how much total? 19. Do we agree?
Yes.
So how many texted and social networking site only? 7. You see that? So in that eyeball, I need to have 19. You see why I had to fill the 12 in first? Yeah?
Like when you put in the venn, do you need to put the percent sign as well, or just the numbers?
I'm going to put the percent sign as well, just because they are percents, but I was going to do that, but I can do it now.
So you should.
Yes. Because it does represent a percent. Most of the time it's not a percent, it's just a number, but yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. 18% called on a cell phone and social networking site. And is what symbol? Eyeball. When you use two words, it's the eyeball, correct? So we're going to go to the cell phone and social networking site eyeball. So cell phone and social networking site eyeballs right here. and it needs to have 18. It currently has 12 of them that did cell phone and social networks. They happen to text as well, but we don't care. There's 12 of them in this and eyeball. We need to have 18. So how many cell phone and social networking site only?
6.
6. Do you see how it's important to start from small to large because they affect each other as we work our way out? Okay, 56% cell phone and texted. Cell phone and texted is 56%, so that's this eyeball. We already used up 12%, so how much do we have in here? 44%. And those people, cell phone and text only, correct? Okay, now we can move to our singles. If we had ors, we'd have to do them very last. We don't have any ors, but we will in other questions. So 76% texted. So 76% texted. So these people texted, these people texted, these people texted, all these people texted. They're in the texting circle, correct? It needs to have 76 in there. So we have to figure out how many there are in there already. Am I allowed to go 76 minus 44 minus 12 minus 7 in that bubble? No, I'm allowed to have a number. That is it. So if I want to show the math, I would have to show it outside of the box. Okay? So what's 44 plus 12? 56. Plus 7? 63. And I need to have 76. So that's 13% that texted only. The other way of saying texted only is texted but not cell phone, but not, and not social network. So it would be texted and not cell phone and not social, right? Because it just makes you just have that crescent moon. All right. Then we have 66 are on a cell phone. Why did I skip this 34? Anyone? You just really wanted to. I'm going to just take that off for now. I would have done that before, but I'm on 66. So 66 cell phones. So in this circle, I need to have 66. So I do 44 plus 12 is 56. Plus 6 is 62. So how many are cell phone only?
4%.
And then we had 34 that I checked off for no reason. Social networking. So in this circle, I need to have 34. I have 12 plus 6, which is 18, plus 5 is 20, or plus 7 is 25. And I need 34, so this is?
14%.
9?
My math ain't good. What? My math doesn't sound right.
It is.
Did all of them use it?
Just 5% of the outside.
12 plus 7 is 19, plus 6 is 25, and then I need to get to 34. So that's 9.
Yeah, so there's 5% on the outside that I can't see right now.
No one can see because we haven't got 34.
You were looking at me and I'm like, oh my god, did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right. You're good. Got you. All right. If we add those all up, that totals to what? 95%. And what does percent add up to? 100. So we have 5% on the outside. Look at these. A, B, C, D, go. A, B, C, D, go. Determine the percent of students. Yes, I agree with that statement. Determine the percent of students who texted and used social networking site but did not call on a cell phone. So the and makes it an eyeball, but then the but not kicks out some of the eyeball, right? Okay. So determine the percent of students who texted and used social networking site, boom, the eyeball, but not cell phone. So it's 7. So kick out the cell phone people, which is the 12 of them. Determine the percent of students who used only one form of communication. So we're going to add up 13, 4, and 9. Yeah, true that, sister. I didn't care when diddly squat on that last one. 13 plus 9% plus 4% gives me 26%. It's true, 13 plus 13. Determine the percent of students who use the cell phone only. So you could say 44 and 12 and 6% use the cell phone, but they also use other forms of communication, so we can't count them. So the only cell phone we can count is 4. That's how you can determine it, right? You have to do statements. So you'd say 44% and 12% and 6% used a cell phone, but also other forms of communication. And then you'd say 4% use the cell phone only.
I have that before.
Because it says determine. If you just write 4%, you've just stated. You gave me an answer. You didn't determine anything. You didn't explain why. So determine algebraically means you have to mathematically show me how you do it. Determine means you can show me anyway. So you can show me through a paragraph of writing if you wanted to. You could say, hey, looking at this Venn diagram, these people all were in the cell phone. However, they also did social networking and texting, so we can't count them in the cell phone only category. The only ones we can is the 4%, right? You can explain yourself through a determinant. Most determinants are algebraically. This one, determine the percent of students who did not use any of the 3 forms of communication listed above. You could say 5% of people use none of the 3 above because they're outside of the Venn diagram, right? The Venn diagram includes all the people who used at least one form of communication. 5% is outside, so therefore it didn't use it, right? Or you could say 100 minus all of those pieces and show that it's 5%, correct? So there's numerous ways you can determine if it doesn't say algebraically.